screen on. Hey guys, happy Monday. I am so excited. I know it is end of the month, so I know it's crazy. And you guys, you know what? I just realized 3 of my customer accounts dropped off. So before the close of tonight, I have not like for my free accounts, and Tim earned the 4K bonus a couple months ago. So I need to make sure I have those 10. So guess what? Even though I'm on here right now, I'm going to be hustling to finish that out before the end of the night. I don't need any volume in any of those places or anything, but I've got girls still pushing. So definitely, if you're on here right now, just know in between you can be sending messages. There might be some people that are skipping on it and will catch the recording, and that's totally okay. But before Jackie forgets the tip that she was just getting ready to say, because she's super techie and way more skilled than me, although I'm going to give you guys a tip tonight that is outstandingly amazing and awesome, and it is actually very techie, and Jackie will even be impressed with me on that one. So Jackie, go ahead and say what you're going to say before you forget.
Hi guys, welcome. Happy Monday night motivational. Send this reminder out to some of your teams and stuff. And yes, it is month end, right? It is month end. It is the middle of summer. And it's been pretty crazy, you guys. I just came back from a 9-day trip. I started off in Atlanta, and then I did like a mix and mingle, or a thrive and mingle with one of my business partners out in Toronto, and we just like kind of carried it out all the way to the end. So I have a lot of tips for you guys to make this summer a really, really good intentional summer, right? And I want to encourage you guys, like, don't get so focused and caught up into like yes, be goal focused, but don't be so hard on yourself if you just barely don't get to your goals, right? Just by like a little bit, right? Because I do see it literally across the board. I do see a lot of things across the board where, volume isn't exactly the same. We had a couple of months where we had some double volume happening, and like, there's like just things, right? There's things that are happening. We did have a big fat BOGO. So some people, yes, indeed hit their rank. Some people got closer than ever, than they have in like the last little bit. But it doesn't mean, you know what I mean? Like you have to have a joint effort with you plus the momentum of the company, right? So I'm going to talk about some of those things, but something that like, printer stuff. Okay. So Amanda was like talking about, I got to print all these things and stuff. And I know that a lot of the time when we start a business, we kind of hold ourselves back because we're like, well, I don't have a printer. I don't have this, I don't have certain supplies, I don't have stickers, I don't have whatever, I don't have the bags, I don't have, you know what I mean? We'll make excuses and like some of these things, and I don't want to just say excuses, but we let those things, we let it hold us back, right? Well, I can't do that yet until I get to a certain point. Like, no, it doesn't exactly work that way, right? So if by chance, like, you're thinking like some of these things and stuff, I do have a printer. I'm somebody who, with all my extra, cash or things, if I have like, money to buy things, I always think about building my business, right? I always think about things that like, what can I do to build my business? So I do have like an amazing office setup. But to be completely honest, when I do the work myself, printing out all those things, there's like papers flying everywhere. Sometimes I'll print it out wrong. Sometimes I'll waste like paper, and I'm like, damn it, why did I do that? Sometimes the color and the ink and stuff will be like kind of running out, and I'm like, I don't really like the way that it looks or it works. So, sometimes what I do is I just get all the stuff I want to print. I send it to an email, like one email, so I know exactly what I'm going to print, and I send it over to a print shop, you guys, like a FedEx print or something, because they have really amazing machines, right, that have really good color. And when the papers come spitting out, they're like immaculate, right? So I just wanted to share that because I actually did that for a couple of these these thrive and mingles, right? I wanted to travel extremely light. I I flew to Atlanta, I flew to Toronto, and basically what I did was I had, the girls, I bought these 8x11 acrylic frames. Okay, they were kind of like those ones you'd see at like a restaurant with like a little paper inside. And that's how we displayed a lot of our stuff, you guys. You do not have to have fancy banners, even though we did. I brought the banners, right? I did bring the banners because we were setting up like in parks, we were setting up, tables, we were setting up like a booth and events and stuff. But our banners are pretty basic. These banners have been with us for a very long time. And it's really just there to show people like, hey, there's like an event back here, right? But really these acrylics and stuff and the things that I had printed, you guys, I just threw it all in an email. I printed out some of the amazing PDF graphics that we have in our cloud office. And I literally just, I sent it to the email. I went to the print shop. I printed it out at the print shop. It took like 10 minutes. And there I had like perfectly beautiful papers and, that I can stick inside those sandwich boards. Those are little like acrylic things for my events and that I, had gone to. And yeah, just a tip for you guys. If you guys don't have a printer or don't overthink it. It could really be really simple, right? It could be really simple as just getting those PDFs, sending it to an email, going to FedEx and just like printing them out there so that you don't have to do it at home. Because I know at home it's like it takes time to like load the paper and like you know what I mean? Imagine trying to print out like 50 pages of stuff at home, right? Or even 40 pages. Who wants to do that, right? So anyways, just a little tip for you guys. And it was very inexpensive. I think it's like pennies for a page. You know what I mean? Full color pages and stuff. So that is a little tip for you guys. And like once you guys do it once, like you guys probably won't have to do it again, right? So like maybe batch and save all of your printing projects for a time that you have the time to go to FedEx and just print them all out at once. Like I have lots of stuff here. Like I have like, these like graphics and stuff that I keep in my office to keep me motivated, like questions leading to the sale. These are all things from the cloud office, you guys, like that will help strike some inspiration for you in like your space. Like I got this thing printed out, 30-day follow-up,
Mm-hmm.
7 days social media calendar. Like I just love to keep this stuff around because it really helps to keep me intentional. But yeah, little tip for you guys. That way you guys don't have to burn through printer cartridges, those little yucky, annoying things.
And I'm glad you actually just brought that up and you just pulled up that follow up, 30-day follow up. Now, if you're on and you have never seen that, it's okay. It's okay. But I do want you guys to know that as the company comes to roll out the e-commerce, you are going to want to make sure that you have the Thrive Connect app. It is very, very highly beneficial, and that is in it. Okay, like that's under the resources. I think actually it comes up as, hold on. Is it, hold on. It is under the tools, and it is under the training business tools. It is under the business tools and training section of the Thrive Connect app. But I'm going to tell you guys there's a ton of stuff you're going to be able to send links directly to people. I actually already utilized those links prior to the e-commerce actually even working. You could still send the link and it would go to the video. It just would, and it would go to like the video of the product. So just a little tip there. If there's a video for that product or whatever, you can go ahead and send that link over to people. And it's really nice and very helpful because if you have somebody that's specifically asking about this specific product, like you can either send a PDF or you can send them right to that link and they can watch the video, they can read the PDF, all of it's right there. Well, when the e-commerce comes on, like I'm signed in, obviously, so I can pull it up and it just goes right to the stuff now, but it's really, really nice. And actually, I'll show you kind of what that looks like. So if you were to click on this is the HDS, when it opens up, see how it's just the product? Well, you can click to look at it closer, like if you wanted to pull it up, and it's going to pull you to the video. I actually didn't want to do that, but it's on my website. Okay. But you can watch the video. See how it's right there? And then they can scroll down, and if they hit shop, then if they don't have an account, they can create an account, or the product PDF is right above it, right? So like if you wanted a real quick way, you didn't want to log into cloud, you can do that. But you can also hit the share button. Sorry, my light, the share button was right there. And when you hit that, it says share on social, share in contacts, or you can copy the link. And you can send it directly to your customer that way, or you could copy the link and you could send it in an email. You could send it to them to Facebook, Instagram, wherever you're talking to them at, right? So you can send them directly right to your link, and they have the option to create an account, or they'll be able to just buy the product, which you guys always, always, always remember the value of them signing up as a customer, right? As one of your customers. First of all, you're going to be able to follow up. Most importantly, you're going to save them money. And that is the part I stress on, is that you're going to save them money. And, you know, we do have rewards if people stay on auto ship. The company likes to send out like little goodies bags sometimes, or reward them with random things. But you can always, the last company I was with, this is super important. A lot of companies, they charge you to have a membership fee. Okay. They'll charge you for like a renewal fee every year. They'll charge you for a membership fee to get this price, just like Sam's Club, Costco, all of those places. With Lavelle, you don't have to pay one of those membership fees. Okay. You get the price as long as you sign up as a customer, right? You go ahead and get an auto ship customer. If they do not want to be to stay on auto ship, while yes, it is more beneficial for them to stay on it and get the perks. Also, just for some people, they don't remember, you know, to place the order. But to be fair, a lot of people are not you know, automatic payment people, because, you know, a lot of people live paycheck to paycheck and they're barely swinging it, right? So with that said, I always add this in. Make sure whenever you place your order, you know, I always let somebody know whenever they place the order, you want to make sure you sign up for the auto shipment so that you save and you don't end up paying the retail cost, because the retail cost, you guys, is a lot higher, right? It's like 20, 30, 40. It just depends on what you're getting, um, a lot higher. So I always say, you know, make sure you sign up for the auto ship. If you do not want to stay on the auto ship, obviously it's better to do that, so that, because you're planning on being on it again next month, especially if they get the Thrive experience. I always tell them, you know, this way you can go ahead, once you finish placing your order, you can just go to click account, click auto ship, and you can hit delete if you need to. All right. I don't necessarily want them to do that. So the way I veer them away from actually doing that, I always say, now, if you are planning to stay on this and you're worried about your auto ship running and you're not very good about the dates, I can email you or I can contact you about a week before that auto ship is supposed to run, and we can edit anything that you might need changed, and so forth, right? And this helps them stay on track, still get their products, the ability to edit, with the comfort that I am going to follow up with them. Now, the company does a really great job of sending out an email that you're going to have an auto ship running, you know, and whatever date. But me, as the person that they trusted and to come to, I want to assure them that I am going to follow up with them, right? So at the beginning of the month and throughout the month, because people can go in and change their auto ship, set up their auto ship. Anytime I know an auto ship is going to be running, I always go in and I will take a look, you know, right after, like the 15th, for example. After the 15th auto ship runs, I will look in my cloud office, see who's signed up to go for an auto ship on the 20th, right? I'll follow up with the people that are going to have an auto ship that runs on the 20th. And then on the 21st, I'll follow up with the people that are going to have the auto ship running on the 25th. I hope that makes sense. This is,
Mm. I
huh?
had a question. I'm just wondering if anyone in here has successfully used credits on Duo Elite through an auto ship.
So yes, hold on one second. I had people, one second. I can pull up an order. Um,
Yay.
yeah,
Just wondering.
yeah. I'll pull it up and look at it. But yes, there was an order. Crap. There was an order, but I can't. It was on auto shipment, and they did use credits because I did look. I was going to try to find who it was, but it was something that somebody else had asked, and yes, it did work. So yay, but it won't work right now for you just to go place an order, but it will work if it's on auto shipment. And you guys, that's a little tip. When you see, oh, you can't use credits for this order, normally you can use them if it's set up on your auto shipment. And that's been going on for quite some time. For the most part, I've not seen it not work, but when Jackie just said, like, I checked just this last auto shipment. I'm like, I have to think. I'm like, it was just this last auto shipment that I pulled it up and I looked because somebody was asking about it. But before I forget, more about the Connect app, because this is something that I did the other day, and this is my techie part. Guys, listen, I know that each and every one of you guys don't want to go in and add in your, every individual customer's name, phone number, and email, right? Obviously, if you are just getting started, please, please, please trust me. Do it as you go. It'll be a lot easier. But if you've been around for a while and you have a significant amount of customers, you can go into your cloud office and you can just pull up my customer, right? My customers, that list. And what you'll want to do is just copy that entire list, and you'll want to put it into numbers or Excel, some kind of spreadsheet like that, and you can save it as a CSV file. And when you save it as a CSV file, depending on the kind of phone you have, depending on if you have a computer or a Mac or whatever, you can open it up in Google, like Chrome in Google. Like you're going to basically, you're going to import your contacts to Google Contacts, because you cannot iPhone, if you have an iPhone, you can't import a CSV file that way. It's like some weird techie, I don't know, some of you guys might know that stuff better, but you can't import the file to iPhone like that. So you have to basically do it to Google Contacts. But before you do that, you want to make sure that you have their name, their phone number, or their email, and then their phone number. You just want to make sure it's in the right order, that it comes up in your contacts in your Thrive Connect app. But anyways, that way too, it'll come up in your phone correctly. So basically the same order that your stuff's in your phone is the same order that it is in the Thrive Connect app. And as long as you have their name first, for the most part, you're good, because then you can pull up their stuff. I did not do that. And I had a whole bunch of, I had like, I don't even know how many contacts, just blank. And I was like, where's all their names? And I had to go back and save it again. So I just moved it. But if you do that, and listen, I watched a 2-minute video on YouTube. That's how I figured out how to do this, because I wanted to import my contacts so that I could email them. So I sent an email out to all of my free customer accounts the other day whenever we got hit with this promo. I sent out an email to all of my customers. And the reason why I did that is because if somebody messaged me that did not get one of those codes, I was still going to offer them a promo code or credits, right? Depending on what it was they wanted. If they had ordered and they opened their email, because I had them check their email, and if they did have it, then I was able to help them get signed up and so forth, right? This was the first time I did this, so my success rate wasn't that like on top of the world. I don't even know if half the people got the email, but I did do a test run. But I just wanted to share that with you guys. So I have all of my customers in Thrive Connect. I have all of my customers in my phone. I have them all literally, I can text them, I can email them, everything. I'm going to organize it better. It's not perfect, but just so if you guys wondered how to do that without doing it one by one, that's how you can do it. Is just copy the list, and then whatever kind of phone you have, or however you email, text, however you contact your people, that's a good way that you can get the whole list in one. And I actually have notes to send to Cliff, because I would like us to have a report where we can easily pull up our personally like sponsored promoters' emails and phone numbers. And yes, there is a report that you can do that, but when you hit the organize it, it goes like by number, by promoter number, and then by level, and it doesn't put it in order. Like I had a whole list of personally enrolled, and then I had level 2s, level 3s. Anyways, there's like 10,000 some odd in my first 4 levels. Let's put it that way, of people. And I said, oh, whoa, okay, that's going to be a little excessive. But I do have that for Cliff. If you guys have something, I want you guys to put it over here in the comments. If you guys have something that you'd like to see in the reports, like another thing was emails for people that promoters that have left, I'd like to be able to email their customers to be able to give better, customer service to them, and just being able to access that kind of stuff. So if there's anything that you guys are like a report that you would like, send it into support, or, put it over in the comments, let somebody know, but you can send it in yourself. And they do keep reference of these things, guys, because a lot of times they don't realize what we need unless we tell them, right? And they've come a long way with those kind of reports. So anyways, let me go on. The reason why I wanted to make sure you guys knew about uploading your contacts, because if your follow-up is improved, your entire growth is going to be improved, right? The better customer service you can give, the better, like the longer you're going to hold on to your customers, the more your customers are going to keep on coming back to you, because you're going to be able to check on them better. So I was really bad, and I still am getting better, but I was really bad about my customer service, and I'm always nice to my customers, but I was really terrible about follow-up in a routine. So I'm getting myself set up where I'm going to send them, newsletters, and just better about that, like a welcome email from me, right? So you don't have to get all fancy or anything. Literally, you don't. Just be you. But if you get something set up like that now, it's going to pay off later. And then when you run promos, you have double, triple fast starts, you'll be able to send those out through text, or through your Thrive, like right directly at your Thrive Connect app. You can pull it up and send them over, or you can send it in email. So it works out, and it's just a very beneficial thing to do. And Jackie, you said something that I also want to touch on real quick. Last month, you guys, we had a lot of double QV, right? This month, we had a couple times with like promoter appreciation and so forth. And we had BOGO at the beginning of this month. So with that all said, now next month, I have no doubt, back to school, we are going to have a lot of, I'm sure they're going to keep on throwing stuff at us, you guys. They are intentionally doing this right now to give us basically bones. And those that follow up, those that are working, getting being consistent, it's going to pay off for you. It might not be paying off for you right this moment, right? I love that. Joy just claimed I'm getting Vegas next month, and she's claiming it. And I want to tell you guys something. She'll get it, because she's saying I'm getting it. She's already qualified for a lot of the stuff that's on that, right? So she just has a couple things that she needs to hit. And she was pushing to re-rank this month as well, and she hasn't stopped. We're throwing out different ideas, but I'm telling you this now because this year's been weird. Okay. It's been weird. So what you're getting right now in your business is the work. Basically, the results are from the work that you were doing a couple months ago, right? Leading up to last month when they started throwing this stuff at us and these new bonuses and all this cool stuff, right? All the work that you were doing earlier in the year is what is coming back around now. Okay. And what you're doing right now is going to be what pays for the holidays and what gets you through the end of the year. So please be patient with yourself, because I know for me, I don't want somebody to go sign up with somebody else if I've been nurturing them and pouring into them and really building that connection with them. But what do you think happens if you don't, and then that person stops seeing you share like what it is that you have or how you can help them, or they don't think you're in the business anymore, they're going to reach out to somebody else, right? So don't beat yourself up. I just had a conversation today with somebody, and I think it's super important for you guys to understand you cannot control other people, right? You can't control how much your team works. You can't control if somebody plugs in. You guys, people are busy. This is summertime. And besides the fact that of it being summertime, people just have lives and they're not going to be on every call. They're not going to be on every Zoom. They're not going to show up for their business the same way you show up for your business. I remember Gary Vee saying that I shouldn't, well, he was doing it like on a podcast or he was a keynote speaker or something. And somebody asked, how do you keep your employees like as motivated as you are? How do you keep them doing it? Well, he says you can't because they should never be more motivated than you. Okay. Like you are the one that sets the tone for your business. And I can never expect Jackie to work like to work the business harder than me or even expect her to want to work her business as hard as me because her goals are different than what my goals are. And she's not working her business to grow my check, right? She's working her business to grow her own check and to help her team, right? Even though she's on my team. So please do not get discouraged. Like if somebody quits, moves on, or somebody decides like they just need to take a week off or they're on vacation or whatever, and your volume is down, your check was crap this week or something like that, just know that happens. That's okay. Focus on your enrollments and what you like, focus on your actions, your daily activities, your follow up, and basically the things that you can do to help you further get to your goal so that you can further, if you want to get promoters, you need to build connections. You need to talk about what they can get, like why would they want to be a promoter? To right now, big words I'm using: back to school shopping, start saving for Christmas. Yes, Christmas. Okay, saving for the holidays. I just seen Steph G. I always do it every year too. I do like a back to school giveaway, where I'll do like I'll buy notebooks and a book bag, or a lot of times what I have found easier is that I'll do a couple drawings and it'll be for Amazon, and then I will send them an Amazon gift card or an Amazon bundle. Like I'll say what grade your kid in, and it'll be like they have grade 6 or whatever, and I can send that. And I've done that a few times as well, or around Thanksgiving, doing Thanksgiving dinner for people and stuff. So basically, you guys, what I'm telling you is that right now you want to utilize words. We know that people probably aren't saving for vacation, but they still may have vacation to need money for, right? To pay for that they're still going to go on, or recouping those credit cards that they maybe used, or the money, putting money back into the bank that they spent this summer. Because let's face it, kids being home means that grocery bills are up, water bills up, electric bill, basically all your bills are up. And then back to school shopping. They need new shoes. They need new clothes. A lot of times, like if your kids grow like mine, from one year to the next, like my daughter's jeans are all too short. I called them, they were like floodwater jeans. I said, you cannot wear those jeans to school, Leah. I said, I can, no. So I'm in the process of donation bags and so forth, right? So just know the things that your kids need or your family needs, other people need, so they can utilize that for their checks. Like that's what somebody joining this business, maybe they want the community and the support system, and they don't really have any friendships, and the only people that they really talk to is their kid, or their spouse or whatever. So for me, that was a big thing, and I didn't realize it, but I'm a very social person, but I don't like to go out a lot, right? But I like to talk to people. So this industry gave me people to talk to, people to help, people to have conversations with besides my kids and like, the people within my walls. So just know that is something that people crave and need as well. Health and wellness, you guys, people are coming out of summer, and while we all like, oh yeah, hot girl summer, or hot guy summer or whatever, let's be honest, what do people do a lot in the summertime? They say, oh yeah, they got this body, and then they just splurge, right? Um, so a lot of people, they're going to be going into the winter, and don't think that people don't want to lose weight. You guys, we just got a ton. I don't even know. Kaylee, do you know. Like, I don't know. I know I signed, I think, 4 new customers and a couple of my current customers. I'm starting the detox tomorrow. And then I just had a girl that messaged me this morning about a sample. And she just messaged me this afternoon now because of my post. Guess what? She wants to do the Thrive Detox because I'm talking about it. So, what you talk about is what people are going to know, right? So I'm talking about the detox. I've been talking about Duo Elite. I have been showing all of those things. So what do you think I'm doing? And I've been talking about the business. So I've been equally signing promoters, signing customers, and the customers are buying the exact things I've been talking about. I'm selling samples like crazy. Why? Because I'm putting it out there, and because I want to get that um, I want to get people trying it because get people on Thrive. I always get that messed up. Get people on Thrive. But when you get people on Thrive, and this is going to lead right into what Jackie wanted to kind of talk about tonight. And I want you guys to know events are a great way to get a massive amount of people very, very quickly interested and signed up with free accounts. Okay. But never, ever, ever underestimate those free accounts because they literally, like Lavelle sending out those emails for 50% off or the 20% off $100 order plus free shipping. You guys, those free accounts get that, right? Like they get these emails, but also you can follow up with your own promotions. You can follow up with your own new product and so on. And listen, you are not, please tell yourself this. Everybody repeat after me. I am not bothering someone when I follow up for what they asked me about. Say it like that. I am not bothering anybody for following up with them to help them be able to stay home with their kids. I am not bothering somebody that asked me how they can make enough money to pay for their rent. I am not bothering somebody, right? Like you have something that you can help somebody with. So you are not bothering somebody by following up with them. If they are annoyed with you, they just won't answer, or they'll tell you to leave them the hell alone, or they'll block you. But I mean, don't be that annoying person either. That's like following up every day. You want to make sure that you're just building a relationship, but sending information or checking in on them, follow up is not a bad thing. All right, Jackie, I'm shutting up for a hot minute. Plus, I got to blow my
Let's
nose.
let's switch gears for just a second because I dropped a bunch of stuff in the chat and I want everybody to follow along right now because it is the last day of the month. And whether you have a lot of momentum that's been happening or not, like this is something I do with my team every month end, right? I send this thing into our chats and stuff like, early, like 5 days early or like just anywhere nearing month end, and I'll send it in multiple times because not everybody does this, right? But it's just basically month end accountability, write down what you guys need to do. We only have a couple hours left of month end. So if you guys can just do this along with me right now, go into your cloud office and check and look, am I qualified and active, right? If you're not, try to close your last customer sale or try to get in an order, right? So that you are qualified and active. If you're not yet qualified and active and you have like promoters and stuff that are under you, you're not going to get paid on any of their stuff without being qualified and active, right? So it's really important that you are. So just double check, am I qualified and active? Do you have more than 100 PB? Next thing is, who else do you need to have qualified and active, right? Because if you guys are going for the 4K rank or 12K or any kind of rank, right, you do need active legs. I put in there the links. So if you guys are logged into your cloud office and you click on one of these links, it will take you straight to where you need to look, right? It kind of takes the thinking of like you get to your cloud office and you're like, what am I doing here? I don't know about you guys, but if I am online, sometimes I go squirrel and I'll end up on a completely different web page that I wasn't even trying to think about or look at. So that's why I do this. I literally make it so it's really just, you get to it, you're like, okay, like brainless, boom, 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 like check your stuff and you're done, right? Anyways, do you have all your active legs? If you guys are at the 12K rank and up, do you guys have your auto bonuses? Check for your qualified and active, the more qualified and active personally promoters you guys have, you guys get this amazing check match. Some of this stuff might not make sense to you right now, but that's okay, right? As your team grows, as you guys pull volume in, as you guys sign promoters and you guys have some of these things later, this stuff will make sense later, right? You'll start seeing some of the things that, like, if you were to just click on these things, you're like, oh, wow, I actually do have 4. That means I'm going to unlock something amazing in our compensation plan. Check to see if you are thriving for free. Again, there's a link there. See if you have 2 orders that checked out on auto ship this month. Like, just click on that link. If you guys are in your cloud office, it'll take you straight there. And then some other things, at the end of the month, something that I like to do as well is I will check to see if I have any customers that have referred, right? See who you can get thriving for free. And because we had a big BOGO in the beginning of the month, if they tag somebody, they might have another person signed up under them where they just need to buy one little thing and they'll get their Thrive for free credit. So even though we only have a couple hours left, there's still time, right? So send that message. And just like Amanda said, you're not bothering someone by trying to save them money, right? You're not bothering someone by trying to help them, thrive for free, because in a couple of days when their auto ship or whatever starts to come up, or when they run out of product, they're going to be really happy that you called them and, save them $200 or $100 or whatever that the amount is, right? They're going to be really happy about that. So, yeah, utilize this little list that I'm sending you guys. If you guys are, copy and paste this, put it into your notes, right? Like, copy and paste it, put into your notes, and that way you guys can save it for other month ends. Another thing is, do you have anyone in your waiting room? So your waiting room is closing in 20 minutes, you guys. 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I think it's 10 in the Eastern Time. So it will close in a couple minutes. If you guys have somebody in there, hopefully you have already made your moves. And this is no news to you, right? But if you guys do have somebody in there and you're trying to help somebody hit a rank by the end of, this month, which is the end of tonight, then it's really important that you reach out to an upline as soon as possible, or make any last minute moves if you guys are already experienced with the waiting room. If you guys have somebody in there, but you're not ready to move them yet, it's fine. Okay. You don't have to move them. It's not a mandatory that you have to move them like today, right now. Just at least before they expire, know what you're doing with that new team member of yours, right? Whether you're going to keep them for yourself, or you're going to help somebody else in your team, or how you're going to structure and strategize your business. Okay. And then lastly, this is like the most generic one. Okay. Number 6, check all of your dials. Okay. And if you guys are wondering, what is she talking about? Go into the comments. I sent a whole bunch of a big list in there of, month end accountability, but, check your dials. Are you qualified and active 100 PV or more? Are all your QV dials filled to wherever you can fill them to, right? Do your best there. Are your active legs filled? If you have a rank advancement, is that filled? Do you have all your PPA? Auto bonuses, are those dials filled? If you guys have any questions about your cloud office at all, I always encourage people to send a screenshot, send it to your upline if there's something that you don't understand, or if you're nervous about something like, hey, I'm not sure if I covered this, can you double check? Sending a screenshot is always important, because we can't always see on our end what you're seeing, right? So yeah, little helpful things for you guys. Make all your moves, really focus in on some of these things before, let's see. Yes, I can send you that. Let me see, hold on. Can someone send me that? FB won't let me open another screen while recording. Yes, I can send you the whole little block of it. Anyways, so that was just something I wanted to cover now, because we only have a little bit of time before month end. But don't beat yourselves up, you guys, whatever your month is ending at today. And something I want to talk about is, I noticed that a lot of people, I see them showing up, I see them on the Zooms, I see them, showing up online and doing certain things, but your business will really, really take off when your personal momentum is there, right? You are focusing on your own personal business, and your team is also aligned with you. Okay. And we don't always have those blessings, right? We don't always have those blessings where, man, my retail is amazing and I'm getting a bunch of customers, and then your team's not, right? So when you can get those two things in order, and this is the thing, you guys have to communicate with your team, who is running with me. Or if you see somebody who's really doing a great job, shout them out. Like, doesn't even have to be in public, but shout them out and say, I see what you're doing. Like, I see how you are grinding, right? So that way you have somebody that you're running with, and your momentum isn't just by yourself, right? When you see teams blowing up, it's because there is personal and team momentum, right? So really exciting. We're finishing off the month right now, right? Wherever you guys are finishing off at, you guys pat yourselves on the back. Some of you guys are so close. I see a lot of numbers in the background. I'm like, oh my God, you guys, if we had just another day. And we've had a long month, right? July is a 31-day month. It was a long month. We did have a big BOGO, but it's really important, you guys. Like, Lavelle gives us so many deals, so many sales, so many promos and stuff, but like, how are we working them, right? When we have a BOGO, that is really a treat for the drivers who are absolutely obsessed for them to stock up on, or like get extra things or just save a little bit of money, right? That, like, a BOGO, I feel like it's really more for like an existing customer who's like wants to reap the benefits of that, right? Or people who are just looking for a deal. Like, I love it for that. But then we had a lot of promoter promos that happened as well. Some of us did not work those promoter promos because we had got the BOGO. But it's really important, whatever promotion, right, Lavelle puts out for us, that is where our focus goes, right? If they give us a double triple, work on your current promoters, right? How are you saving them money? How are you reaching out to them? Like, are you helping them build promoter appreciation, right? Clearly focus on your promoters, right? Promoters, not just your old ones, but also attracting new. Hey, this is a great time for you guys to get started into your business, right? We have like these extra things that are happening and going on, do what you guys can. And then, I wouldn't be surprised coming up, and, we are going to get Shop Thrive in August. So be prepared, you guys. We're finishing off the month end as strong as we can, right? But coming up in August, it's going to be time for us to like pivot again, right? Because we're going to have a brand new website that it's going to require us to learn it. It's going to require us to present it to our brand new customers and our current customers. Like, hey, have you seen the new site? It's so much easier to order now. Like, I would love your feedback, right? That's what's going to be happening. There's going to be different ways and stuff where they don't have to sign up for a free account. They're just going to be able to start buying. So you guys, if you guys are starting to promote your Sculpt and your Pink Pro and your collagens and a lot of these things, you're going to just be able to put a link. Hey, if you want to try this, here's a link right here. They'll go straight into buy, right? So, and it's going to take time, you guys, for your customers to get acquainted with this, for like your audience to get acquainted with this, but you're going to start seeing like more sales coming in, right? They're going to be different kind of sales. You're probably going to see like $30 here, $40 here. A lot of people just buying whatever, right? So anyways, I'm excited. August is going to be something else. And Jason Camper was talking this morning on the call about, or I think it might have been Cliff. It was about, we're doing the things, but sometimes we have to change how we do it because it's just not working anymore, right? Like, it's the same exact thing. Like, we still the same Thrive experience, right? We're still helping people. Like, at the end of the day, it's the same thing, but sometimes we have to present it differently, right? And somebody said something, I think it was Susan Kaufman, was like, people are buying the presentation, right? They're buying how it's presented. They're buying the packaging. They're buying some of these things. So I'm excited. August is coming up, you guys, and don't get like, don't get left in the dust, right? Do not get left in the dust. It's really important to like be really open to learning about the new things and stuff that Lavelle's coming out with. I have seen a lot of people come back and they're like, and that's honestly one of the most exciting things that I can share with them is like, oh my God, you're back as a Thriver. We have so many new amazing things that have happened, right? And to be able to share some of those things with them, it's like, hey, our ordering is a little bit different. You get a free shake now. Like, these are people who haven't been here for like a long time, right? But yeah, I'm excited. So look forward to those things, right? Shop Thrive. I know that tomorrow, personally, what I'm going to be doing is like I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. We have an amazing wheel running. We have this thing in the cloud office, your 30-day action plan, right? Tomorrow is August 1st. Like, why not try and do this myself, right? So
I love what Angela just said. She says, you don't need to go fast. just don't get left behind. A healthy business, that is healthy for you. Listen, guys, you do not need to be the mass recruiter, okay? And you do not need to have, listen, if you have a promoter account or you are a 200K on my team, I can tell you when you send me a message, I am going to give you the same amount of attention when it comes to the help that you need, okay? Now, obviously, there's different types of questions that are going to come from somebody that is, doesn't have anybody that in their organization currently, and then different kinds of questions from somebody that is maybe has a bigger team, the kind of question that comes to me, right? However, one thing always remains the same. If what you're doing is not working and you are being consistent with it, then that's when you know you need to try some other things, right? So if what you're doing now, and I don't remember who it was I was just talking to. Oh, no, I do, is somebody that has been with me for this entire time, right? I messaged her today and I was like, hey, let's see. And I changed my wording about finishing the month, and I changed it to, instead of her telling, and this actually, I did this for a lot of people I was messaging, and I'll be messaging more tomorrow. Instead of focusing on what all your goals are, I want to focus on what you want to personally work on, to help your business grow next month, like to help you get closer to where you want to be, right? So if you break it down like that, instead of sitting here being like, I want to go VIP 800, VIP 1600, there's a lot of things. You want to go 4K, 12K, da, da, da. There's a lot of things. Okay, great. I am proud of you for setting that goal. However, what actions are you going to take in order to help you get to that goal, right? So instead of focusing on where you're wanting to go, focus on how you're going to get there, right? Like what you need to do to get there. And you guys set some boundaries for yourself, like, right? And by boundaries, I mean you need to set a little bit of time aside, depending on what you want to do for your business, time to work on your business, but also time to take care of yourself, time to spend with your family, time to shut your phone off and, get unplugged, rejuvenate yourself. For me, I like to focus on learning something new, right? So for me, I knew that what I was doing was not working, right? So I said, okay, Amanda, you need to focus on your reach. I need to focus on how am I going to reach new people, right? And my connection. How am I going to connect with those people? So those are the two major things that right now I'm personally developing on, is how can I have better reach and how can I have that connection? And some of that connection is within my own team, right? It's like, what do they need? How can I help them? And my customers, what do they need? How can I help them? How can I be better for them, right? So I am now, those are just things that I'm doing. So for each person and each thing, I have to do things just a little bit different, but I'm being intentional with it. And that means that my customers are happier, my team's going to be happier, I am going to be happier, because I'm going to be getting results from the stuff that I'm doing. So as we finish up the month, don't you dare beat yourself up where you are. If you are not where you want to be, do not do that to yourself. That is not fair. Okay. You can't punish yourself for that. You need to say, what did I do? Like, you're on the Zoom right now. So first of all, you should be proud of yourself because you're plugging in. You want your business to grow. You want to learn. And that makes me excited. But also just like, know that you've got a game plan and then you're going to follow through with it, and just get yourself a couple successful action steps that you can continuously do every day. And then when you can add to it, great. If not, that's okay. You did this today, and these 3 things or these 4 things are going to help your business start to grow, right? Whether that's follow up, whether that's, putting it out there or whatever. But like Jackie said, all of this stuff, you guys, is going to propel you forward. The company, my first business, you guys, they did a completely new website, completely new. Our shut down for a week and a half. Like, we could not enter a customer, a promoter, nothing in. Okay. So be glad that that's not happening. But we are getting a new tool right? For our customers. And I just had a customer this month that signed up for Duo Elite and Detox, and she was just asking, is there an easier way? Like, do we have an app that I can use, like, to better order and do all this stuff? And I said, it's coming. They're working on it. Like, and she's gonna love being able to access, the way that this is going to be set up. It's going to be easier for her to use, right? For her to be able to log in and find things and so forth. So user friendly. It's going to be an adjustment, of course, for all of us. But anytime there's something to learn, just know that means there's growth that's going to happen as long as you take the time to learn it. And I just was telling somebody too, you guys take this time. If you don't have like a ton of craziness going on, instead of beating yourself up about like things not happening, focus on getting yourself organized. Like put all of your product sheets. Like if you like to have them so you can easily send, when somebody asks me how something works, I give them like a 2-second answer. And then I say, here, let me send you the PDF. And I send them the PDF, and every other question that they probably wanted to ask me is right there on it. So I put all of that stuff in a album on my phone. I have all my products. I have all my stuff related to detox, all my stuff related to elite, all my stuff related to samples. When people post up graphics, I put all of my stories in a thing. If there's certain promos that happen a lot, like even though they don't happen all the time, the 25 credits for the free customer accounts, I have certain promos in an album so that I can go back and pull those pictures. And it might, something might change by then. So I'll just delete them if that happens. But I already have some stuff saved. So, as we move in, I know Jackie wanted to talk, and we only have like 7 minutes. So I do want to say, Jackie, will you talk about the events? Because you guys, I literally was just saying this today, and I actually just messaged my ex-husband while I've been talking to you guys about my banners, my projector, and my screen, because I have an 80-inch screen and a projector and a bunch of banners in the basement at the house, and I'd like them back. So,
But
Jackie, talk
yeah, let
about the
me talk
events,
about
please.
events. I'm super pumped about events, and it's really crazy that Susan Kaufman, she did an event over the weekend, right? And I think Cliff brought her on again and shared like, hey, can you recap your event over the weekend? And a completely different leader, right? She's in alignment, doing exactly the same thing that I'm doing, and you know what I mean? It's like we've hit the top of the company long, long, long ago. We're still doing it, but it doesn't change, you guys. It's just you have to get out there and like get to some kind of event. And I know that a lot of people, they always beat themselves up like, oh, I don't have anybody, or I'm not ready, or like I don't have banners, or there's a lot of like things like that people will say, right? Just get yourself to an event, right? If there's one around you, get yourself to one. If you want to host one yourself, definitely reach out to an upline and ask them, what can I do? Or you go in the back office and there's like Thrive Mingle, there's like a whole like sheet and guideline. And some of my favorite events this summer, you guys, one of them, Virginia's on here right now, was her park event, because the park was free, right? And Susan Kaufman this morning was saying, she's like, I'm not going to pay for a space because there's restaurants out there that are dying for business, right? She said that, and I'm like, yeah, and there's parks out there with tired and exhausted parents and people who are just wanting to get out with their kids and need some fresh air, right? So I found that parks were like, I've actually done 2 park events this year, and those were honestly the best ones. And I'm going to tell you guys why they were the best ones, because it wasn't just limited to who we were inviting, right? And I've done events for a long time, even beyond this business. And, I've done trade shows before. And if you guys have ever done a trade show or some kind of like vendor event, there's a lot of distraction because it's not just you as the vendor, right? There's going to be like 10 other vendors, 20 other vendors, however, 50 other vendors. But what's really special about a park is that it's just you. So when somebody crosses by your setup or whatever you have put on, right? If somebody goes into your thing, they're going to remember you because there's not 50 other booths that they're trying to visit and like go to. So I have seen some really, really good turnouts where the Thrive booth is maybe the only one or just one of two or three, or like stations, right? And something that's worked really, really well, okay, is a lot of time we'll put out transformations because we think that's what's going to attract people. I didn't have one transformation out at this last event that I did. But so many people came over just because it was set up nicely, right? That there was things. And we had a little donation box out with these little slips, you guys, these little slips, little baby questionnaire to fill out. I've shared my like questionnaire before with you guys. It's basically what are your goals, and I'm gonna send it again into this chat. Just because if you guys seen it, this is basically my script. It's something I've used from the beginning of time, and I use it on everybody. Okay, like I literally use it on everybody. I'm gonna share it into. Wait, hold on 1 second. Where did it go? Let me share this with you guys really quick. But anyways, I printed out this thing minus the mailing address, and I put it on the table, and I asked people, I'm like, hey, do you want to sign up, or do you want to enter to win a free month of vitamins, right? And they were like, free month of vitamins. Like, what do you mean? Like they were like thinking about it, right? And then what I gave them the slip, and this slip got their minds going. I'm gonna add one more thing in here. Because I added this one, get my products for free. For free. All right, get ready, you guys. I'm gonna drop this into the chat. This is my, tried and true. This thing really freaking works. I've had all my, oh, oopsie, what happened there? Don't tell me it's too long. I've had all my team and stuff send this. Hold on 1 second. Why wouldn't it send? Don't tell me you're not gonna send. It's telling me it's too long. Impossible. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay. So this is basically the little questionnaire. Okay, this is the questionnaire that I printed out on like little tiny cards. I printed out like on one piece of paper. I printed it 6 times. I cut them out and I just put it on the table. And I was passing these little ballot things with pens to people. And I said, hey, do you want to enter to win a free month? All you have to do is fill this out. I didn't have mailing address on there because I didn't want to scare them away to be like, who are you? Like, you're a stranger asking for my mailing address. I didn't have it on the one that I printed, but this is basically what it said. And when I asked them, hey, do you want to enter to win a free month of Thrive? They're like, sure. Like, what do I have to do? They're like, name, email, phone number. They don't even think twice about it. But as soon as they see what are your goals and they start seeing these things, they're like, oh, more energy. I need that. Weight loss. Yes, I definitely need that. Right. Targeting problem areas. They started checking off some of these things. Like some of them were a lot, some of them were not at all. Some of them were really excited because they saw get my products for free. Yeah, I want my products for free. So you can kind of see like how open somebody would be once you present them with what you're going to present them with, which is our amazing 3 steps or the opportunity, right? And this worked like a charm, you guys. We collected, I want to say like 30 or 40 of these ballots from some of them perfect strangers. We didn't even know who they were. And I want to put that into perspective for you guys because I want you guys to think about it. We have gone through a season where Lavelle has asked us to get 10 free accounts, right? How hard is that for you guys to do online? Be honest. It's hard to get 10 free accounts, isn't it? I mean, in one event, we were able to pull 30 or 40 of these, these little things where I have their information. And yes, I'm telling them, hey, I'm creating a free account. It's something that you have to do in order to enter, right? So I'm telling them that on the spot. And this has worked, you guys. This is literally something that has worked. I've used it in my I text it to people all the time. I've been using it for like 5 years. I've added things and really like fixed it as I go. But this one really like in person, like it I'm just so shocked after seeing it this weekend how well it performed belly to belly. Like I thought it was just like, I'm somebody, I don't really like back and forth. I don't like small talk. I really like to get straight to the point. So this is something that has helped me close people, right? And get to know them faster, sooner. That way I can go back to being a human and just going to the connection because I already know what they want, right? So
I'm real direct with that, you guys. I'm
yeah.
very direct when somebody messages me and asks me like about Thrive, and you guys know that a lot of times like, what is this about?
Yeah.
And I am very short with my answer. It's a 3-step system that helps give you energy, mood support, and helps with my appetite and cravings, right? Like that's literally what I say because that's what it does. I sleep better and I could go on and on and on. And basically, like I take my Thrive in the morning and poof, guess what? About 20, 30 minutes later, you bet my butt's like moving and I'm getting things done. And if that's not what's happening for you, you have to ask yourself, are you taking it when you first get up? Like, and if you are, like, what are you taking? Like, I literally just take it with a drink of water because that's what's right beside my bed. And I take my capsules. By the time I make it out to make my lifestyle mix, I'm actually motivated to get stuff done. I normally end up start doing things and get my day started, and I come back in my room and I make my bed. Yes, that's exactly what I do in the morning. When I come back in my room, I sit my lifestyle mix down on my counter and I make my bed and I get my stuff out to start working. That's my routine, right? And my DFT I put on as soon as I normally put my DFT on if I have them by my bed, because I have a couple by my bed and then the rest are out in my kitchen. I'll put it on, but if it's not by my bed, then I'll put it on when I go to make my lifestyle mix. But it's always the same thing, right? Every day. And normally you can always tell in a chat if I've if I've entered the chat and I have not taken my capsules yet, because I'm normally like, okay, I'll be back in a few minutes. Then once I've got them, it's like a whole different Amanda. I came to life. But literally, you guys, everything Jackie just said, look at, and just so it gives you guys a place to look, because some of you guys are like, I don't even know where to look to set about this stuff. If you see any kind of community events, like I am on community pages on my team, like, or my county, and in my town, for my old town, that's only 20 minutes down the road, and my current town, like my daughter, it would have been great if I would have went tonight, and I would have went down to even going down to the parade. All right. I couldn't though because I had to get my other daughter.
Do you know
But
how
you
long?
can pass out guys cards at parades. You can pass out like little business cards, and like you could staple on an activate or a blast or something like that. Or thirst, because people are going to be thirsty and they're mixing in their waters. Just anything that's like mixable. You can pass that kind of stuff out, and you can just like, people are gonna like, whatever. But that's advertising your business. You can check out these community events, see if you're allowed to set up. If you're not allowed to set up in the event, right? You can even do it on the outside of the event in the pathway that people are going to be those high traffic areas a lot of times. You just have to contact your town and see if you're allowed to set up. Like our downtown is always set up like with little type of, I don't know, canopies, and different people setting up in different areas all the time for random stuff, whether it's like a Narcan, a mat type table, or it's somebody that's selling shirts or cups or jewelry, or, just different stuff. Like you're allowed to do that stuff. You just have to ask like what um, your town and so forth allows. But you also will see a lot of vendor fairs, craft and vendor events. Right now, I just seen as I was crossing the bridge with Colton earlier today, I had mentioned about the Tattoo Expo. A lot of times they'll let craft and vendors set up there. And you guys, anywhere that you are going to have traffic area, I used to set up the mall at like Christmas time. There's Christmas expos. You might be like, yeah, but we don't have Christmas stuff. You guys, it doesn't matter. You're going to see all kinds of businesses at that stuff. So you can set up. I used to set up at wedding vendor events. Why? Because people that are in weddings want to have energy. A lot of times they have health and wellness goals, and you really want to make sure you're promoting this as not a quick fix. This is a lifestyle. And when people say, am I like, what happens when I quit using it? Why would you quit using it? Like, I'm going to show you how to get it for free, right? But why would you quit using it? But really, if they do, yes, they're going to lack the supplement. Yes, they're going to lack all of that. But hopefully they develop the skills, the healthy lifestyle changes, that they're not just going to gain the weight back, and so forth, right? So I'm sorry, I keep on talking. Same. My first question. Are you a thriver? Yeah. I mean, guys, that's just the thing is that keep it short, simple, and to the point. Don't add questions to what they're asking. Ask them what they're wanting to accomplish, what goals they have. Obviously, if they're reaching out to you, are they wanting more energy, weight loss, the mood support? Like, what is it that they're asking about? And what are they wanting to accomplish? And normally it will lead into something else, but keep it super direct. And then I am straightforward and ask them like when they're wanting to get started. Literally, I ask them right away. And then it's like, okay, I'm assuming that they're going to order. And so, all right, so let's go ahead and get you set up and we create their account and go from there. Do they always order? No, they don't. But if they tell me they're getting ready to, or when, I always ask when they think they're going to want to. Sometimes you guys, they tell me it's probably going to be a couple weeks. I need to save up. Da 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 da. I follow up in a couple weeks. I check in on them and I just kind of keep in touch with them. So I could go on and on and on. You guys, I really, really, really want to help you guys help people thrive for free, though. It's like a massive mission of my own, to help as many of my customers. So as I'm cracking through some codes, I'm going to do some pop-up trainings, pop-up Zooms, that if people want to hop on, they're more than welcome to. I'll record them. But I want to help you guys through some of these problems and struggle areas. But I want to challenge you guys all to one thing, and then I'm going to shut up and get off here because I have 3 accounts I need to get, right? I got 3 accounts. So I am going to risk getting rid of some samples. I'm going to offer 5 samples as soon as I get off the Zoom on my Facebook. Actually, I'm going to offer it on my Facebook and every other platform I'm on. But I have one challenge for you guys. Do something that you're scared of next month. In August, I want you to do something that you have been scared to do for your business, okay? That will help your business. I want you to do one thing. It could be going live, once a week. It can be starting to, I don't know, just something, right? For yourself. Do something, maybe set up for your first event. Go belly and talking to people. Do something that you're scared of that you have heard other people talk about. I just want to see you guys do something because when you start doing things outside of what you're doing now, you're going to find a tremendous amount of growth on the other side. Okay. And I'm excited.
Just
Yeah.
pop up at a park, honestly.
Yep.
Just pop up at a park and put your thing up for like 3 hours and just bring your lunch out there. Like just bring your little cooler with like just things like just bring it out there. Like honestly, I have seen so much success and just to put it into perspective, some of the girls that did it is just so crazy. Would you rather sit behind a computer screen or your phone and try to be like finding potentials, but like not really like look at your list,
Yep.
what you're doing online? You can do that in a park and go home with like, 5 to 10 potentials.
Yep.
And I'm just being modest, right? Like
Yep.
the other one that I went to, we pulled like 30 or 40 and there was personal connection and they saw the products and they asked about it and they were, it was like going back and forth and that's what you want, right? You can
Yep.
do it faster in person than you can online, staring at somebody's social media page and thinking, is this person going to buy or not?
People pick up on your energy, you guys. And Katie Bunce actually gave some great tips over on the Dream Team page. If you go through and you read them, she just made this post probably 3 or 4 hours ago, maybe not that long ago. I don't know. I just saw a little bit ago. But go over and read some of the tips that she gave for next month, or well, it doesn't say next month. It's just basically about building your business. And like the very first thing was about going live. You do not have to go live, okay? By any means, you don't have to go live. However, when you do it, it does exactly very similar to what you do in person. People feel you. They pick up on your energy. They get to know you. It's more personal. Anyways, I can't talk right now. But people, when they see you and they talk to you in person, like, I don't know about you guys, but I can read through bullshit. So like, I pick up on the energy. If you're totally like excited about something, like I want to know what you have. I want to know what you're doing. I want to be part of this. So the same thing goes, except for it's not in person, but like live. But anyways, Katie gave some great tips over there. Jackie, would you send that list to me as well? I can't copy it and save
I
it.
sent it to you. Check your Telegram.
Oh,
Because
okay.
there you can send like long messages. So I sent it there.
Okay. Thank you so much. Um, you guys, everybody have an amazing night. Jackie, thank you so much. You guys, please, please, please know that we are working on getting things together that people have asked about needing help with. But most importantly, just look at yourself, what you can do, start there, focus there, and the rest is going to start happening because your team, people that join you, customers, your team are going to follow your lead, right? So just get ready because it's going to be exciting when this e-commerce and this new website roll out. So everybody have a good night and kick some butt. You've got an hour and 45 minutes roughly. So see you guys later. Bye. Thanks, Jackie.
Bye.